Rashid Alvi, let me ask you a specific question. I'm sorry to come to you late. You have common minimum programs. You know, when the UPA was formed, you had a common minimum program. Is it possible, Mr. Alvi, that the Congress party will say that one of the key points in our common minimum program is that we will have nothing to do with any ally, leave alone somebody within us, first you have to clean your own system, who has a criminal background? That if there is one person who has a criminal background, who is fighting the election from the other party, we will not have an alliance. Can that be part of your common minimum program, or is it too difficult to implement?
The fact is that we don't have any ally or any political party who has a criminal background. But I am sorry to say that it is not sufficient just to say that whatever happened in Uttar Pradesh, we condemn it, it is shameful. We have to find out the way. How can we save this country? Politics is continuously, criminals are coming and joining politics, they are being elected, they are becoming MPs and MLAs. I don't agree that 30% MPs have a criminal background, but not 30, if not 30%, definitely 15%, 20%. It is on record in the parliament. I have suggested that there should be a committee comprising of Prime Minister, Leader of Opposition, Chief Election Commission. And if anybody has any criminal background, he should not be allowed to contest the election. Okay. Because according to the law, if anybody is not convicted by the court of law, he is free to contest. Okay. You can't stop. Our law cannot stop anybody to contest for assembly or for the parliament. I think hardly 2,000, 3,000 people are there in the whole of country. And if we form a committee, that committee should be empowered to
but you know, Mr. Alvi,
if anybody has any kind of criminal background, he should not be allowed to contest.
I agree with you. No, Mr. Alvi, you know, I have the highest respect for you. You are one of the very honest and straight-talking members of Parliament. I'll come to you, Mr. Trivedi, in just a bit, but I want to go to Madhu Kishwar, who hasn't got a chance to speak here. My point really, which I want to bring to you, Madhu Kishwar, is that today there was anger on the streets. Now, you know, in Uttar Pradesh, you don't usually come out and protest against Mayawati, and there were reports that there were NGOs out there, there were civil rights groups, there were angry people out there. Now, that shows a change. That shows somebody somewhere is getting angry. It's not just the Samajwadi Party. Also, at the press conference today, the tone was of defiance. Mayawati's tone was not one of someone seeking apology on behalf of this person. She was defiant. And it's the same kind of defiance that one saw in Achyutanandan. It's the same kind of defiance one saw in Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi when he described lipstick-wearing activists after the Mumbai terror attack. Same tone of defiance of Mayawati today.
Well, yes, in a way, it's I consider it a welcome sign. At least people are shedding the masks and are being open about it, so we know what we are up against. The other point I'd like to make, Arnab, is that the 30% figure is very misleading, because ever since the Supreme Court passed this order that people have to let their criminal records be known, it's become 100 times harder to register criminal cases against even little minions of politicians, leave alone leading politicians. And there is very few politicians who may not themselves have a criminal record in the sense of taking a knife and killing someone, but those who regularly patronize criminals. Yeah. And extortion is the main business in our government offices, whether it's our bureaucrats, whether it's the police, whether it's politicians. They are in the business because this is the profession to make quick money. And they start, every councillor will start with extortion with street vendors, from rickshaw pullers, from petty shopkeepers. It starts from there. By the time they become MLAs, then it's hardened money. You know, they're much more hardened. Then it's builders and land mafias and land sharks that they get involved with. The point that I'm trying to make is that the entire system of governance, people who are in it to make money are ganged up. No. People who are honest, whether politicians or in the police or bureaucrats, are isolated. Unless the honest gang up, that's one. And we in civil society hold the hands of the honest politician, hold the hands of the honest cop, hold the hands of the honest bureaucrat and start making common cause to bring institutional reforms, it won't go very far.
Madhu, I agree with you.
This is routine business, extortion.
No, I'm going back to you, but I want to go back to Rashid Alvi. I want to go back to Dinesh Trivedi and Atul Anjan. Let me start by asking you, this business that politicians always say, oh, you can't stop us from entering parliament if we have a criminal case against us, because most of the cases against us are all false. They are filed by our political rivals. They are filed by people who hate us. They are all political cases, and hence you can't stop people. Is it so difficult, Atul Anjan?
That's true.
No, is it so difficult, Atul Anjan, today to find a politician to fight an election who doesn't have a pending criminal case against him? Is that what you're trying to say?
Exactly. You see, there are 2-3 type of cases. You see, if you are leading a people's movement and some criminal cases are registered against you, it's a different type of nature. But you are a habitual criminal, you are patronizing the criminal. This is something different thing which has been, said. I say, take the case in Uttar Pradesh. I said Raju Pal, Ravinder Singh. Even I say in 1974, a union minister, Lalit Narayan Mishra, was murdered. Nobody knows whether its culprits has been even, given any, sort of legal, challenge to them. But they are scot-free.